Ah, woodcutting, everyone's favorite skill. On a more serious note, I would just like to talk a bit about it alongside forestry. Full disclaimer, this is going to be stuff I've said before, I just wanted to make a small content discussion video encapsulating everything. Woodcutting has been in the game since its inception and never really changed much from it. While other skills go through massive content updates and sometimes just straight up reworks, woodcutting was always there, never really hated, just chill enough that people didn't mind it. Overall, woodcutting encapsulates what RuneScape is, a relaxing experience you can enjoy thanks to its simplicity. I mean, all there is to woodcutting is just cut tree. This is the main reason why woodcutting was never really hated, although over the years you can't really say it's loved either. Woodcutting has started to become pretty outdated. When it comes to the rewards, well, they are simple enough. You get logs from the trees you cut. That's it. Most woodcutting updates over the years have been nothing but just a new tree to cut. Forestry mainly had two parts: the mechanical change, the addition of content. As for the mechanical change, this was pretty big. It came to solve some problems with woodcutting, make the skill less annoying while making the social aspect of it overall more viable, which is great, especially considering the nostalgia people have of the game just sitting around, cutting trees and speaking with other people. The content on the other end added random events and rewards. Let's talk a bit about this. As for the rewards, they are great. You get rewarded with doing woodcutting and they help you do woodcutting. These were very much needed additions to woodcutting in line with the rest of the skills already in the game that have some of these rewards. The currency, however, leaves a bit to be desired. Since you can only gain anima bark from random events, instead from any tree that has a forestry buff active, this essentially just practically means that you don't actually get rewarded from interacting with woodcutting, but rather interacting with random events more specifically. On top of that, the random events are not very intuitive. If you haven't watched the guide, it will be hard for you to know if you are doing them correctly or how to even do them. The NPC that usually explains the event also only spawns during the event, so you are forced to miss out on some of the rewards to know how to do the event. Visually speaking, the events can also be a mess if you are not using the Entity Hider plugin, which in a way defeats the purpose of doing content while feeling around other players. Also, players feel that forestry didn't bring much to the skill, and I think part of the reason is simply that part of the change was mechanical and not necessarily content, which makes it easy to think the update wasn't all that big. Lastly, the pet transmog should be earned from all random events, not just two. It seems arbitrary and doesn't help the popularity of some events. One of the issues woodcutting still has, and that forestry didn't solve, is the fact that there isn't an active woodcutting method. Currently, you can fully AFK the skill, or semi-AFK if you choose to partake in the random events. Unfortunately, there is still a truly active method missing. Personally, I would just implement the Artisan's Guild idea. A tree is weak on one side, you get bonus XP if you are cutting it from that side. There is a lot you can do with this mechanic, given increased anima for your correct cuts in a row and such, and it would add an active method to woodcutting without needing extra work on an entire new piece of content. You could also just apply the mechanics to evil trees and have evil trees be a sort of shooting stars but for woodcutting, which rewards anima bark amongst other things. And I do really hope that they fix the issues with the random events and improve them overall, especially on the feedback and visibility front. Ultimately, I'm glad woodcutting is getting some love, and I hope the mechanical change to it is welcome to other skills as well, since I do think it could help them. As I said at the beginning of the video, this is nothing new, I just wanted to encapsulate everything in its own content discussion video, which means there isn't a clear through line like in most other content discussion videos I make, but rather just ideas related to a topic. That way I can actually put these together into a content discussion video rather than them just sitting around in different places, because again, there isn't a perspective big enough I wanted to explore. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless.